Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. Hear that rooster sing, coffee's ready for a flame. Southern Fried has news for you. Updates on life's going on, and maybe a joke or two. Get up, pray up, and coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. We got laughs, we got prayer, celebrate our nation every day. Love our vets, love our land. It's the home of the free and the land of the brave. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Rob. This is Dave. We're here to Southern Fried Podcast. We're here to start your day off just right. I'm tongue-tangled this morning. Bear with me. How you doing this morning, Dave?
Top of the morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's good to be here. God is still on the throne, and it's been beautiful weather. Life is good.
I was considering going back to PC this weekend, but I can't find me a good camping spot. We have to make a day trip or something.
Day tripping.
Yeah, day trip it. I can day trip it down there. I'm close enough. Just go down for the day. See if I catch a fish to go in my fish tank.
If I went somewhere like that, I couldn't just go for the day. I'd have to spend the night. I don't. That's like going to Pigeon Forge and turn around coming home. I could do that, but I wouldn't want to do it. I got at least spend the night.
Yeah.
My family.
Yes,
Jake. We did a special last night on that, and I told a few stories that I had, very few, but I had a couple. But gonna be losing a lot of them. But he was definitely an influencer. He was influencing before Eddie Van Halen came on the scene. He was one of the influencers. Ace Frehley, dead at 74.
Yes.
And from a fall. It's so dangerous for anybody to fall, but especially as you age, it's very dangerous. It's a brain bleed that just got worse.
So that's one of the things that they worry about me about, because with the epilepsy and stuff like that, if I have a seizure and I'm standing up, there's a very good chance I'm going down.
And then my wife comes home and falls. Right?
Yeah.
Getting out of the car as I was getting up from the studio, my son had to come get me. She had fallen, but thankfully didn't hit her head. She fell back. Dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
And I've lost my balance. You just don't have as good a balance. You don't even have to have anything going on. Just normal aging. You just don't have as good a balance. And I knew a guy that was going in his camper. He was just fell back. He fell back, broke his neck, became a paraplegic for was in nursing home, just laying in bed, and then died. This guy was a Harley rider, outgoing camp. There he was camping, and just missed his grip, grabbing the handle or something, fell out the back of the camper to the ground, and that was it. His life was basically almost over. I mean, he just couldn't do nothing the rest of his life, and then complications set in, and he died. Horrible.
Well, I had a neighbor one time he had a concrete pad with concrete steps coming out of his house. Went to walk down the steps and I fell. And we didn't know it, but his girlfriend was there. She came running over the house, banging on the door. We went over there, and there's blood everywhere, Dave. And he'd hit his head, but he didn't ever recover from that.
Yeah.
And then the kids were coming over later on that day. We about cleaned up the mess. We didn't want them to see it. I mean, there's just some things you do, and
Well, there's been a lot of entertainers go skiing, crash into a tree, think they're okay, an hour later be dead.
Wow.
Just because they didn't realize there was brain bleed. Pressure on the brain, next thing you know, they're just gone. It's really important to get checked out, if you think there's any kind of problem. You just never know. But anyway, he lived a full life, had an interesting career. Yeah. I got to see him in Atlanta at a little club. There's one person in front of me. I was right in front of him. He's a funny guy. Somebody tried to jump on the stage and bear hug him. He didn't see him. The roadie came out, hit the dude so hard. He hit the stage so hard it knocked the guy out. He just drugged the guy off by the leg. Ace never missed. He's looking at all this, never missed a beat in the song. Finished up and said, "Guys, I hope that guy's okay." He said, "But those guys are paid to make sure that I'm safe." And he said, "I'm sure that guy didn't want to. He probably just wanted to hug me." He said, "But you just can't do it. You just can't do it." He said, that guy could have had a bad intention, but I truly hope he's okay. I mean, it knocked him out.
And the modern day answer to that is people throwing stuff at the stage. Yeah. And hitting the musicians and stuff like that. That is not cool.
No.
I know everybody gets excited at these concerts and they all want to start the latest trend and all this stuff, but you can't throw stuff at people.
The first stage of Sebastian Bach not being in Skid Row, somebody threw something at him on the stage. He got mad and he went to throw it back, but he hit a girl in the face.
Yeah.
And they tried to get out of town, and the cops caught up and arrested him. Everything that was the beginning of the end of Sebastian Bach in Skid Row. So they just didn't like that, and there was tensions already, but that was like the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have seen people stop the show and say, they call a guy out, get that guy right now.
Well, some of them have called and just ended shows over that now. Just ended the show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Act like human beings when you go to them, My goodness. Those guys are up there to entertain you, not to be targets. For target practice. Come on.
Well, that's what happens with alcohol and drugs and stupidity.
Yeah. Well, you said the word stupidity, and speaking on stupidity, I've got a little story this morning. It's off Fox, but the squad member Rashida Tlaib, however you say her name, is it Tlaib?
Tlaib.
Okay, Rashida Tlaib. She's a Democrat from Michigan. Everybody knows who she is. She's a squad member. She joined in with a bill on Bernie Sanders for excessive CEO tax, where they go through and raise taxes, because of unfair pay rates in America, and it's just not fair that they make more than other people. And they called her out on spending almost $37,000 to align luxury limo service based in the Detroit suburbs. You could they were listed as travel and transportation expenses. That's about a year's worth, almost $37,000. They reached out for a comment. Of course, they didn't receive one back. But this is the same person that's going out and saying, "Oh, we got to level the playing field." But did she spend $37,000 a year for limo service? That's just this rules for thee, not for me. It's okay for me to do it, but don't nobody else do this stuff. It's okay for me. Oh, what a crock of horse cocky crap, whatever. And it's the same story time and time and time again from the left side. I just, yeah.
I'll have to go and look at that. I don't remember that one. Some of those, and good morning, Watchman, for you.
Yes.
I got hit by a quarter at a Travis trip. That stupid song. Here's a quarter. Everybody's throwing quarters. Bad idea for concerts.
That may be where all that started from, though. I wonder how many times he's been hit with quarters.
They showered the stage with quarters. Showered. I was at a little gymnasium in McMinnville, Tennessee. I had no idea what was fixed to happen. They had us up we were watching the show from behind the stage, but up above. And when that song came on, it was like incoming missiles. Wow. A hail of quarters. It's like some of them rednecks just got like a $10 or $20 roll of quarters, man, and just started slinging them. Crazy. I ain't kidding, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
It might give a dime.
Great show, but that's when he had Marty Stewart on tour with him.
Yes.
Me and my wife went, and so a friend, Mike Shipley from the plant, he wanted to go. And so he didn't bring a date, but Cook went. So I gave him a hard time the whole time. I said that Cook was his date.
Yeah. Cook is big enough to where if he grabbed hold of old boy in a hug, all he could have done was laid his head down on his shoulder. I said, "I love you, darling."
That's who I was hiding behind when the quarters started coming in, was Cook.
Well, yeah. Mm.
Oh.
I want one last comment on that Talib, Rashid Talib, whatever. This is her exact words. And that's after she spent $37,000 on luxury limo service, which is more than a lot of Americans make in this country. She said, at a time of extreme income and wealth inequality, while 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, this budget is absolutely devastating for the working families we represent. Now, how the heck is she representing working families when she's going out and spending $37,000 a year on a luxury limo service? What the?
Well, if you want to see go look at Pelosi's plane costs, where she was jetting family all over the world and stuff. I remember that came out a few years ago. That was a lot. But they'll get away with it.
Yeah,
they won't do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right, Watchman.
Yeah, she gets some of that equity. And we need to, but we need to call it out. We need to keep calling it out. Maybe someday it'll sink in to these morons that are voting for these idiots. And I shouldn't call the people that vote for the morons. I realize that, but it's early in the morning. But it's just absolutely asinine to me that we just keep voting for these people. Why? I don't.
That's their peeps.
Oh my gosh! But why can't people see through the bullcrap? I mean,
they don't care about that. They think the country has much. They're wanting their pound of fish too. They think the country owes them something. So that's exactly who they want in there. Somebody that's going to shake down America. They're all on board. It's like, yeah, they'd be celebrating that story. Way to go!
You've made it.
Yeah, that's the mentality. Let's do it. Let's get some more free money for everybody.
But it's not free. It's taxpayer dollars. That's just it. Ain't none of that money up there free. It all comes from somebody. The government does nothing to make money except tax people.
No, there's one other way. You sell your dad out to the Ukrainians and demand money. That's making money.
Oh, yeah. Or you accept bribes and, I'll look the other way while you're doing this.
I'll put the big guy on the phone for $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm the only way to the big guy.
I wonder, yeah. It's funny that he gave him the title big guy. He really wasn't the big guy. He was not the president. He should have been little guy, little Enos. He should have been little Enos, just like in Smoking a Bandit. Big Enos, little Enos.
He should. I'm sorry you're cracking me up there with that reference because now I got that picture. And Joe Biden never would have made Big Enos. I mean, oh my gosh. So the guy's going, I want a fast car. Faster.
Yeah, fast.
Faster. Faster than that.
Hunter would be standing there going, hey, that's too much. No, I want faster. Big guy'd be going, give it to him.
Yeah.
Pull out another wad there, Hunter. Just give it to him.
Yeah.
We got to have him.
I do like that they're striking all these drug cartel ships at sea and boats and whatever. I love that. With the drones and everything. It just cracks me up. What are these guys thinking? Because these boats can't be quiet. So do they even hear the drone coming? Is it like, bullshit? What is the last thing that goes through their mind? Their feet?
Yeah, most people don't hear a drone coming unless it's really quiet. They're not that loud.
No. They finally got some survivors. But
even if you saw the drone coming, there's not much you can do about it. Depends on how quick you see it.
Do you jump overboard and get away from it? Possibly. Get down deep enough in the water, so it can hit.
I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either. And possibly be stuck floating out in the ocean because your vessel's been sunk. Or do you just ride it out,
Fast death or slow death.
Yeah. But they do have survivors now, so,
I will, Watchman. I'll have to check it out. I'll do that for you.
I'm gonna let Dave watch it. If he gives me a good report on it, I'll watch it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not watching it until I hear more on it than that. Now it may be a really good movie and everything, and I don't doubt that you have good taste in movies, but if I'm gonna sit down and watch a movie, it better be good. I'm not making it very far.
How do you know if I'm
catch my interest?
Maybe my review is bad. Okay.
Yeah, but we have some similar tastes, so
I'm probably not the best reviewer of movies, but I know what I like. That's all I go with. Usually, if a reviewer likes a movie, it's no good for me. If they hate it, I usually like it. Pretty simple equation for me. They trash Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I love that movie.
Oh man, I laughed. Oh my goodness, that whole scene with John Candy and Steve Martin in the bed, where they had to share the bed in the motel room. Oh my God, I have never laughed so hard in my life. You know, because he's like, "Why do you have your hand around me or your arm over me?" Like, well, you know, I'm used to sleeping with my wife and this and that and all this. Oh, okay. Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those are pillows.
You kissed him on the ear.
The whole lead up to it, the delivery on that, and their reactions afterwards were movie glory, in my opinion. That was one of the funniest scenes ever in a movie. Perfectly delivered, perfectly timed. Oh my goodness.
John Candy is one of my favorite actors of all time for comedy.
Who's that?
John Candy, one of my favorites of all time.
Yes. Oh.
A tragic story, but he was fantastic.
Yes. And Steve Martin was pretty stinking funny in those movies, in movies too, which he doesn't act anymore, I don't think. I haven't seen him in anything in a long time. But he did several big movies that were hilarious.
He occasionally pops up in something, but he's mainly doing bluegrass and stuff now. He goes around. He's a serious bluegrass player.
He's doing a lot of stuff with Martin Short as well. They're doing some comedy sketch plays and stuff like that where they just ride each other's butts. I reckon I got no reason to watch that movie no more. I sure do like it though. I watched it a few times. I like some biscuits and mustard. I watched that movie way too many times, and you're right. Sling Blade was a fantastic movie. I was totally not expecting that movie when you see the title, because you see the title of Sling Blade, you're thinking some slasher horror. But yeah, to have it come out and be that movie, oh man, it was great. John Ritter did a great job in it. I can't say the guy's name that was such a jerk in the movie. He was a singer, and it was, I think, his acting debut maybe. And oh my goodness, why can't I say his name? I'm gonna have to look that up because he played an amazing role. There we go. And it was a role that was
what was that, 80s, 90s?
Dwight Yoakam played Doyle in that movie, which was her boyfriend. He played a complete and total jerk. And Dwight Yoakam delivered one of the best lines ever. Yes. He lived in Athens. Nice. But yeah, Dwight Yoakam played a complete total, for lack of a better word, ass in the movie. I mean, kicked the guy in the wheelchair off the porch and everything. Just go on, you know. But anyway, but he delivered one of the most iconic lines ever to me in a movie when he looked at Carl Childers and said, "Hey, Carl Childers standing there with a lawnmower blade. Hey, Carl, what you figuring to do with that lawnmower blade? What you fix to do with that? Why you standing there holding that lawnmower blade?" He said, "I'm figuring on killing you with it." Mm-hmm. And he says, "Well, then you need to get on the phone and dial 911 and tell them you need an ambulance and a hearse." And he said, "Oh," Carl's like, "All right, then." You hear Dwight Yoakam go, "Carl?" Thunk. Oh. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Hang on just a second.
I never saw it.
Oh my goodness. It's not what you think it would be.
I mean, I've seen clips, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. You know, it's mostly just it's a sad movie. And then it goes through during the movie, it tells the story of him as a child. So it's horrible what happened to him, the character in the movie. I didn't even recognize Billy Bob Thornton in that at first. And he plays Carl, but it's hard to even recognize him. I don't know how he pulled that one off.
Magic of Hollywood.
Watchman's got you there. Wait, what? Stop the show and watch it.
I told you I'm an odd dude. I very rarely watch anything new. I'm into very old movies and stuff. Occasionally I'll watch something. Now that's old, but I just watch really old stuff. I don't really watch a lot of movies either. If I do, I just watch pieces of it. I very rarely sit down and watch something from front to end like that. But you know, there's been some newer stuff I've seen, but when I say newer, a lot of them are old now. But
well, there was a good one with Robert Duvall and Michael Caine, called Secondhand Lions. And to me, it's up there with Sling Blade. Now, it's a totally different movie, but to me, it's as good as Sling Blade. It didn't receive a lot of stuff with it. Yeah, it had Robert Duvall in it and Michael Caine. But Dave, you would like Secondhand Lions, I think. You may have seen it already. I don't know. It's been out for a while. If you get the chance to watch it, it's called Secondhand Lions. You're right, Steve. It was an incredible movie. And yeah, Robert Duvall played Carl's daddy in that movie as well. But if you Sling Blade, but if you get the chance to watch Secondhand Lions, these two old guys, they end up with this young boy to take it as kind of from his view, and they're telling all these stories and everything, and you could tell he's fascinated by the story, but he doesn't really believe all the other stuff. And then at the end of it, you find out what's what. And it's an amazing movie. And not just about stories, it's about the relationship with the young man. So, I mean, you would like it, I think. I think that is one movie that you would enjoy.
If they are excessively filthy, that's another reason I don't watch them. So I watch a lot of movies after they bleep the stuff out. That's another reason I don't go, because I never know what I'm walking into. I'm not a perfect person, but I do try not to watch stuff that are. I mean, if we go, we usually watch family movies.
Yeah, there might be
Watchmen, and I know y'all gonna be mad at me. I gave that movie about 10 minutes and then I turned it off. It was so not funny to me. I just could not get into it. It was so programmed to me. That's to me. It was just like I could almost write the next words they were going to say. And it was the stereotyping and everything. And I just never watched it. I tried. I couldn't get into it. I know, I'm an oddball. It's just
Second Hand Lines is a coming of age story. I'll be honest with you, Watchman. I did not like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I've tried to watch it. Everybody talking about I've tried it. Well, it was based on the Odyssey. Well, why not just watch the Odyssey? There are movies about the Odyssey. Just watch the Odyssey. I mean, come on. I don't want to watch something like the Odyssey. I want to watch the Odyssey. You know, the Odyssey with George Clooney. Come on. No, he didn't even do a good job as Batman. The soundtrack is worth his mission. Well, guess what? You can listen to the soundtrack online, or you can go buy the stupid album. You don't have to go to watch that horrible movie based on the Odyssey when you could have just watched listen to the soundtrack of that movie while you're watching the Odyssey. It'll be much more enjoyable. I'm just saying, I'm not judging. But if you like movies like the Odyssey, just watch the Odyssey. And if you like Harry Potter, just watch Star Wars.
I mean, look, Steve, I mean, why? I mean, to me, I think you would not like it either. I don't know. I just found it to be very, I don't know. It was just so over the top stereotyping. And I just, I mean, I could see the next lines coming 5 minutes away. And I was like, God, it just didn't interest me. Maybe I was in a mood that day, but I just like, I'm turning this off. I did try.
And I'm going to throw out my other pet peeve. All right. I'm going to throw out there that Harry Potter was a remake of Star Wars. Almost. Okay. Look, you have this orphan that lives with his aunt and uncle in both movies. They both find out that there's some special magical power that they are attuned to. They both get a magical stick. When one of them in those movies, they call it a wand, and the other one, they call it a lightsaber. You know, they go off and they meet somebody even stronger than their teacher in the Force or in magic and all that. Come on. They have a shadowy villain in the back. It's a remake of Star Wars. You know, Hermione's like a sister to Harry Potter, and he doesn't never. Well, I think they do actually. They're not really brother and sister.
I never watched those either. It just wasn't my gig.
I'm glad that
stereotyping Steve in the fact that it's just so that type of movie. It just was so out of, you could see it coming a mile away. It's like, okay, here's where they're going to say this. It was like, I just,
Now you said I shot at Watchmen. I don't get me wrong. I like the Harry Potter movies. Okay. I found them to be a remake of Star Wars in a lot of ways. But I absolutely love Star Wars. I have watched all of them. I like the first ones better than and I'll admit I have not particularly cared for that last trilogy. I did not really care for it as much. By no stretch of the imagination. I watched it mainly for the story. That guy that was the hotshot pilot, I kept rooting for him to get shot down. I did not like that character at all. I did not like the fact that Princess Leia got sucked out of the airship and then she put herself back into it with the Force. You know, you never watched a Harry Potter movie. You know, I don't like watching bearded guys that play with ceramics either. The main reason why that I watched it, a lady that I was dating, her child was reading the books, and I was encouraging her to read. And we read them together, and we ended up, we went to the movies when they first came out, and they were fun to me. I walked out on The Last Jedi in the theater. It was that bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Man, y'all are too picky. Look, Steve, let me explain something to you. Dave and I are of an age where we had to wait. How long was it between Star Wars and Return of the Jedi, or and The Empire Strikes Back? Was it like 5 or 6 years?
I can't remember, to be honest. I really don't.
It was a long time between them. And then there was a good long time between Empire Strikes Back and Return. There was no 3 years in between movies back then. When Star Wars came out, we had to wait 7 or 8 years before it even came out on TV. We had to wait. Our expectations were much higher, and they delivered in the first 3. These last ones have just been like, oh, well, we could just do anything. We'll just use CGI, and we'll just make anything happen. Come on. No, we're not too picky. We just have high expectations. I almost wrote a book about finding God in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, there's a big case that can be made for that. The Lord of the Rings was a retelling of World War II, and he denied it later on in life. He said, "Oh no, it wasn't." But you know, there's just too many parallels. But first movie I saw in the theater was Star Wars in 1977. It ruined me. What do you mean? That's the definition of picky, though. Look,
Steve, I've watched plenty of crappy movies. I mean, I have. That's just ones I didn't watch, but there's ones I watched that I wished I hadn't later. But
you know, sometimes it's fun to watch a crappy movie. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Have you seen that horrible piece of film? I laughed my stinking butt off all the way through it. And it's called Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and everybody thinks they're the psychos, and they're not. And they keep trying to attack them, and all this weird stuff keeps happening. So like one guy dove at him and went into a wood chipper, and they're trying to figure out, these kids are idiots. Why did he jump in the wood chipper? Yes, Tucker and Dale versus Evil is awesome.
I mean, I enjoyed Fargo. My God, what a bad movie!
Oh, jeez. Why in the world would you do that? Oh, sorry. Oh, jeez. Why would you do that? Tucker and Dale versus Evil. There's just so many of these horrible acting and movies. That Shaun of the Dead was amazing. The movie Paul. Oh my goodness! If y'all haven't seen Paul, it's amazing. You need to watch it. Seth Rogen.
I had to endure watching Titanic with my wife.
Oh my gosh! At least it wasn't The Notebook.
I feel like Steve's the guy. Steve is the guy that, God forbid, but if he ever went to prison, like he got in trouble, he's the guy that would be fighting for the TV so they could watch some obscure cartoon and tell all the rest of the guys, hey, this is a great cartoon. Y'all really should like this. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's the Jetsons. It's set in the future. They have flying cars and everything. All right, Watchman, you just told me everything we need to know about you. Notebook is a good movie. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I'm not meaning to be judgy, but The Notebook, really? That is like the ultimate chick flick of chick flicks. Come on, dude. Oh, take your big girl panties off, put on some boxer shorts, and watch a real movie.
Wow.
The Notebook, really. Next thing you know, you're going to tell me that Brokeback Mountain was a piece of movie magic. I'm not a monster, Rob. Yes, and watch us come here. Brokeback Mountain was a piece of cinematic magic. Meet George Jetson. So, you're not a monster. So you were joking about the whole Notebook thing. Got you. Steve says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this up because it's long because he's doing a rant here. I'm not even talking about obscure movies. I'm talking about mainstream movies with huge followings, laugh out loud. You guys act like it's common and everyone hates these movies. We don't, man. They're good.
Like, dude, take a chill pill. I mean, like,
what did you say?
What does it matter?
I know you didn't say that Brokeback Mountain was a piece of cinematic magic. I was joking, sir. Sorry if it hurts your feeling. You got put your big boy pants on this morning. If you're letting me hurt your feeling over saying Brokeback Mountain, you got.
So by Steve's definition, a movie that has a big following has to be a great movie. That's what he just said. So I guess that he was sitting in the movie theaters watching the Taylor Swift movie because that had a huge following.
I bet he was.
I bet he was.
I know he's a Swiftie.
Singing all the songs. I did like Rogue One, and I did see that.
Yes. That was very good. I didn't care for the Han Solo movie. Like the origin story for Han Solo or whatever. I didn't like it.
It was okay. It wasn't great. We went and watched it.
Rogue One was outstanding.
At work, my whole department went and watched it. We did like an outing and went and watched the movie. So it was okay. It's good to get out of work for.
Yeah.
It was good enough for that.
What do you mean Rob's got it there? I don't have my panties in a knot this morning. You know what? That's everybody else. We're up here talking about movies that we like and don't like. Celtic's on us and Watchmen's on us. And
look at Steve. He's getting all bent out of shape.
Oh, he's calling you a Democrat.
Would you just look at that? Would you just look at it?
Just look at this. Oh, my goodness. You know, you look like Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack trying to chop the beanstalk down, and Jack and the Beanstalk the other day while he's trying to pour resin in a crack in a piece of wood with nothing to hold it in. What the heck was that? And you go you go call my brother, my Dave. You go call him a Democrat. Don't you use that kind of foul language.
He has scarred Barry for life. Barry will never be the same after watching that show. He still talks about it.
And then you gonna come over here, call my brother a Democrat. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, just eat your Pop-Tart, dude. Come in here this morning with all that smack. I can't. Here's the amazing thing about it. I can't believe that Steve liked old brother Where Out There. I can't believe it. I figured he'd be the guy to go, I hated that movie. That was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's all in, got the popcorn out, ready to go.
In all fairness, he probably was the same way for some of these other movies. You can't eat Pop-Tarts. They have bioengineered ingredients. Oh, my God. Watch said that's not canonical to me, the Disney Star Wars. What gets me is they make these soft movies, and they're so ridiculous and unentertaining. But then they go back and they make these series for TV that are absolutely amazing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why don't they make the movies as good as the series? Are they afraid?
Hey, I got to go. Love all you guys, but I got to go help my wife get up. Y'all have a great day, Rob. I'll see you sometime today, I guess.
Well, I'll fix that Steve straight on these Pop-Tarts. So you have a great day. I'm not done with him yet. And don't believe me, he's not heard the last about calling you a Democrat. I got your back, sir. Steve, you can't call nobody a Democrat. You kissed John Fetterman right on the lips. For shame. For shame. Yeah, Watchmen, they're getting some sissy directors up there that's afraid to make a good movie. They're always afraid. Oh, I might be controversial. Oh, I might do this. I might do that. A bunch of knuckleheads out there. Don't you worry about it. And then they make some crappy ass movie, and and then they're surprised that nobody likes it. That's what kills me. The Avengers are kind of going. The Marvel movies to me are kind of going the same way. The series are better than the movies. I mean, which the last series I watched, actually sat and watched all the way through, was Hawkeye. And I like Hawkeye, the character, but I didn't enjoy the series as much. So you did too. You did too. You say he argues like a Democrat. Me and Roundhead Johnson did The Last Jedi and destroyed the story for spite. Yeah, I kind of got that feeling. I did not like the end of that movie at all. I did not like the way they ended it. None of it. No. And now they're supposed to do another trilogy. Oh my gosh. Who's he going to be this time? You can't call him a Democrat. You said he argued like a Democrat. Democrat, like a Democrat, not is a Democrat. Well, John Fetterman said you kiss like a Democrat, like a Democrat, like a Democrat, not really a Democrat, but you kiss like a Democrat. Is that okay? I told Dave I was going to have his back. I got his back. I know you're not really a Democrat. I know Dave's not a Democrat, so this is okay, right? This is consensual. Oh, Jerry. That's a good one. Argues like a Democrat. I thought all they did was lie. So you ain't arguing like a Democrat. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Brother Jerry. Yes. Yes. I hated that. She gets sucked out into space and then she uses the force to get back on ship, flying through space like some Disney princess. Give me a break. And I think it's pretty crappy that in the movies, everybody in the actors are all alive except for Carrie Fisher, who's dead, but she's the only character from the original group that's still alive in the movies. What the heck? And it's all CGI. I don't like it. I ain't doing it. I don't like it. And Steve, I know you're fixed to have to go inside to work, and you're going to have a long, hard day there fabricating and stuff. And I just want you to remember that keep these words close in your head, and I want you to think about it every time you go to bend a piece of wire or metal or whatever it is you're doing today. That Rob said you kiss like John Fetterman. That's what I heard. That I can argue like a Democrat. I can lie. But probably not lying when I say you look like Michelle Obama from behind. I'm just saying, with the long dark hair and the taut buttocks and the huge shoulders. I know her shoulders are bigger than yours. Your shoulders aren't as big as hers, but just say you keep that thought in the back of your brain all day long. Love you, brother. Have fun. Of course, if he doesn't answer me on that, then he's probably already gone, and he'll have to come back and see that. Jerry says, I have posted every day lately on Tippy Johnson's page on his lies, and I cannot get his to engage. You know, Democrats don't like to be called out. It's like, and they don't like being put on the spot. They raise Cain. They want to do that to everybody else and demand answers and all this other stuff. What was the story? It's like that woman off of the Squad, whatever, Tlaib, Rashada Tlaib, however you say her name. I don't know. But she's, Big Mike has some big shoulders. He does. Tlaib, is spending $37,000 a year on luxury limo service and getting on to everybody else because of income inequality. And she spent $37,000. That's more than some people in this country make. I know it's more than what people make on Social Security. Okay, and that's what she's spending just on her luxury limo service. And she's regularly criticized wealth and income inequality in the United States. So, I mean, come on, practice what you preach a little bit. But no, they don't like to be called out on that kind of stuff. Oh no, that's what they want. We've made it now. We can live off on the government's dime. Oh, come on, set your sights higher, people. My goodness. So, I mean, and you finally got peace in the Middle East, and all these Hollywood actors that were coming out and going, "Oh, free Palestine! Oh, well, we got to do something about that." Now we got a ceasefire. You don't hear nothing from them. She spends that much on her diapers that she puts on her head. I don't know if she's the diaper head wearer or not. I don't know, but I'm sure she does. And it may be the same ones that she may get her diapers, maybe the used ones from Joe Biden. I mean, they would both be full of you would have the same stuff on the inside if you wrapped a towel around her head. I mean, for brains and Biden had crap in his too. So, I mean, I'm just saying, that's probably a gross thought this morning, but I'm kind of feeling a little bit ornery this morning. We see this stuff every day, and it's the same stuff. And they just throw lies out there. They are completely unfounded in anything, and they expect everybody to believe them. I mean, and some people do. That's the crazy thing. They'll throw a darn lie out there. It's obvious a lie, and the whole 9 yards, and people just run in and just milk it and be like, "Oh, yes, you poor little thing. Oh, my goodness." We're smarter than that, people. Yeah, I did see that. And it's time for Mitch to get out of there. And I'm not a Mitch McConnell fan. I never have been. I think he's more of a rhino than anything. I do not like Mitch McConnell. But I don't wish him any ill. And it's obvious that he's having some issues. It's like Joe Biden. My heart went out to him. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to anybody, okay? And Joe Biden was obviously going on a downhill trend, and everybody was covered up. And they put him in a very pitiful situation and forced him to defend himself and where he was at. And he couldn't even walk up the steps to Air Force One. How many times did he trip, stumble, fall? It was obvious that he had stuff going on. Well, yeah, I kind of feel the same way, but I'm still not going to wish anything bad on him. It's just not me. I'm not going to wish something bad on somebody. But he does need to get on out of there. He does need to move on. Biden needed to move on. They forced him to run that election, and he didn't want. And I don't think he wanted it. I don't think he wanted it. And if we had messed up, if this country had messed up and got Kamala Harris in there, oh my gosh, where would we be now? Oh man, I don't trust nothing that comes out of Kamala Harris's mouth. I don't believe nothing she says. I don't believe nothing that Joe Biden said. I just couldn't do it. There's too much stuff now that's coming back that they're finding out that just wasn't true. And I didn't think it was true then to start with, but I was trying to do the benefit of the doubt. But I'm not a Democrat. you know, I try to support my country, and I want to support my presidency, my presidents, and my elected officials because they're elected. But my goodness, come on, people, wake up! If you're going to go and you're going to vote in an election, you want to make a statement. That is not the place to make your statement. I mean, you want to vote for the best for the country. Not what's best for you, not what fits your socio-political view, you know, whatever, you know, needs. Hanging for treason was the law till Joe got in. That was one of the first things he did away with. Well, you know, Watchman, he did. But, you know, I just, I'm not going to wish a hanging on him. I'm going to wish justice. I hope it comes back, and they have to do that. Yes, she is, Jerry. Kamala Harris. Isn't she the Indian, black, Puerto Rican hyena that wanted to be president? Yes. And when she left, oh my gosh, I could not stand that witch's cackle, insane sound and laugh. She had, oh my God. You just see everybody around her cringe every time she laughed. They cringed. I cringed, you know. I wouldn't even have to see it and I'd cringe. Oh my gosh. And that's probably what she did to help Joe go to sleep, was she kick off that laugh. Oh man. Hyena. The hyena sounds much better than she does. And it's not as loud. My goodness. Well, guys, we're right here at the top of the hour. I think I'm gonna call it a morning. I gotta get ready for a lunchtime show. Don't forget to tune in for the lunchtime show today. Kamala is Jewish. Her family shared their family tree going back to the 1700s. That's funny. All right. Y'all don't forget to check out our noontime show, and tonight we'll have Front Porch Talking. We didn't do our ads this morning. My goodness, we got jumped right straight into the show. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Patriot Mobile. If you need cell phone service, great place to go. Mammoth Nation, America First Marketplace. Your donation, your membership fees there go to support woke causes and conservative causes. W Energy Drinks, Pay World. I got to get down here to it. Love Endures Ministries, the Hodge Twins. We have a special event coming up. Let me put this up there real quick on Halloween. Three Ravens Publishing is having a book release with us that night. So y'all make sure to get there. If you look at the top thing, Dave's very proud about. He's got his Three Ravens in the upper left-hand part of the top of the house. So y'all come and check this out. And we thank you all. Appreciate everything. Yeah, I can believe that too. You know, I haven't done my actual research on that, but I will check that out though, because that would be interesting. There, Watchman. All right, guys, y'all have a great, wonderful Friday. Get out there, finish this day off, get your weekend kicked off, and we appreciate you. Hey, salute to all of you, and we will see y'all today at lunchtime. Y'all have a great day. Love you and God bless.
So come on in and have a blast for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. And get up, pray up, coffee up.